folks. Oh boy. Well, welcome back to the Mistakes Were Made Dinocast. It's been months. I'm your host, Chris Garlick. I am joined via the amazing Halexys Williams, Unreal Engine Goddess Extraordinaire, and we are, well, taking a crack at some Mortal Kombat 11 versus goodness. It has been forever. It's been a while. It's like, oh yeah, I enjoyed things.
You were busy. Can't fault you for that.
I was so very busy. Oh my god. So much busyness. Alright.
There's a little bit
A little bit. It's not terrible. Let's see what we got here.
Let me try something.
Go ahead.
Alright, let's see. Is it still echo now?
Not really. I think we're doing okay.
Hey, okay, it's better.
Gonna turn up the Xbox audio a little bit.
Alright, I'm gonna be so for real right now. I need to. Oh, that's kick? Damn, let's jump. Damn, you didn't even give me a chance to
I'm sorry.
learn the controls, man. Like, I don't even know how to jump. Down.
Apparently, I have a viewer. Hello, how you doing?
Why am I switching stances?
I'm not terribly sure.
What is that? Hi? Am I waving at you? What is this? Oh, that's Bach. Okay.
Yeah, I can't really hear the game audio on this, so we might have to futz with that a little bit. Oi!
Yankees.
Oi, gavay. I think, yeah. With your LT and right T.
Where's my gun?
I'm not sure. I barely won. Go me! Alright.
I know I just shot, like...
Your gun is built into your leg.
Rude.
Sorry, just using a grab. Nice get. Ooh, very nice.
What is my gun?
That's like a philosophical question right there. Oh my god. You are not letting me grab you. Jeez.
I don't even know what I'm doing right now, buddy.
Well, you're winning.
Hey.
There's your gun.
If I know the controls to shoot it, that'd be nice.
Alright, so, let's see. The awesome Halexys has just graduated. She now has a master's in journalism and is essentially queen of Unreal Engine.
Hey. I wouldn't know about Queen, but...
Slay Queen!
Yes! But I definitely have a deep interest for it, and yeah, I just graduated, so hopefully I can find something soon to showcase my skills and add to the workforce.
Yeah. There we go.
No, not to finish me.
That's the most impressive thing I can do. Woo!
Nice, nice.
All right. I'm liking this, but I'm not hearing the game audio through the headphones, so I guess that's a little worrisome.
It's still coming through the stream, though.
It is?
Yeah, the game's coming through the stream.
What about the game's audio?
Yeah, the game's audio was in the stream. I heard the bang from the Joker.
Oh, you are? Oh, so it's just not coming through on my headphones?
Yeah.
Alright, select a new fighter, I guess?
Well, I guess we'll figure it out when we,
What things do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Rambo?
As a 90s comic book nerd, I gotta try Spawn.
Damn, his cape takes up the whole screen.
Very nice. As well it should. Oh my god. No, let's see. The semester went well. Music journalism went well. My sports journalism class with the mighty Kevin Blackstone went pretty well. And I had COVID twice. So, oh boy. How are we doing on the game audio?
Yeah, it's there, just really low.
Oh, okay. Let me crank that up, actually. Here. Don't beat me up for half a second.
I can look at my move list.
Alright, try that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going through?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I'm hearing it. Alright, sorry for the trial and error, folks. Like I said, it's been like roughly 3 months or so since I came in, since I streamed, since I got back to Studio B, and they're punching me. Rambo is made of puberty. Let's see. Music journalism with Professor Marcus Moore. He pushes you. We wound up listening to a ton of stuff we otherwise never would. The only problem was he had some health concerns. He had a death in his immediate family, so he was kind of out of town a lot. So a fair amount of class was still well, we're still never sleep, which is, never does whatever. I don't know. The man is a mystery. I saw him like 5 times in person throughout the class. But I managed to get an A+ out of it. Yeah! So much violence! So, super nice dude. My final project, I did a 1500 word review on the somewhat controversial Symphony in Metallica album from 1999, which I love to death. It's one of my favorite albums. It's hit or miss. You know, some people thought it was pretentious, some people thought it's like, oh, it's Metallica and classical music, and Oh, this is like the one thing these very rich dudes haven't done. But on the other hand, their previous guitarist, Cliff Burton, he loved classical music, and he expressed this quite a lot before he passed away in a bus crash in Sweden in the early 80s. So I think they were trying to honor him a little bit. And it's an incredible album. You can actually watch it live on YouTube for free. Just go to Symphony and Metallica recording. The second album is really good as well. It's a pretty epic thing. It's pretty awesome. And I got 1,500 words out of it. Did the best I could with it. And it seems to have ended up being a pretty darn good grade. So, yeah.
Check it out.
Do it.
I'm not really big into Metallica. Admittedly, I haven't listened to a lot of Metallica, but maybe this could be my first introduction into it, right?
Oh, you should totally be introduced to it. But, amazing album. My sports journalism class with the mighty Kevin Blackstone from ESPN's Around the Horn fame. That guy pushes you. Let's see. Let's I get the plus out of it. The way you make is taking the football and moving the back. I suppose there's lots of it. Let's see. I kind of fell behind, especially there. I could have managed things a little better. I dropped my videos, unfortunately. I didn't progress in the schedule. Let's see, for my final profile, I pretty much assuming that it's Kim from New Maryland, Valorant, Game Changers, and she's incredible. Oh my god!
That's a hell.
That's what I pretended. Oi!
You know, it's only fair that it gets
You make chicken sounds.
That was a really cool animation.
Oi! Oh. Can't say it's not even. Oi! Cats.
I forgot how
One of these moves.
okay, you did well. What did I do?
Where did you get that spear from?
I don't know. I'm just hoping that I can.
Yeah. So, what sort of panicked me, I was doing everything I could to cover games and keep abreast of everything. Right as I felt like, everything's wrapping up and I've got everything submitted, Kevin, Blackstone, there, your spleen means nothing. Wow! He get something out. He's like, "Where's your reaction piece?" And I was like, "I'm sure I wrote that. I'm sure." And I'm checking my set mail and my saved files, and I'm like, "Oh dear God!" So he and this TA were super nice and allowed for an extension of the rewrite were needed for everyone in class. Got everything. Granted, last week, I spent last week, I emailed over 50 athletic directors around the country and got 4 replies and 4 interviews. Like, last week was the worst week ever to try to approach anyone from an athletic department. Like, no matter how you sliced it.
I don't even know what I did.
Granted.
You are under arrest,
sort of
dirtbag.
Throw like 10 minutes of dialogue at you, and you really got to choose your quotes. But no, it went pretty well. I think I got a pretty good write-up in, and No, I think it went okay. It was just kind of one of those things where I was in this sheer blind panic. I was covering the expansion of, well, basically what's happening is various, well, this is a new trend. A lot of college football teams are taking on GM roles, general manager roles, as well as they're also expanding their front offices to try to do everything in the world. Basically, college football is becoming akin to the NFL, and their staffing needs are going through the roof, et cetera, et cetera. And it's pretty awesome to see. This is like the heyday, and if you love college football, it's not going away anytime soon. It's not going to shrink down anytime soon. Like, this is where you want it to be. But I picked the worst freaking league in the world to go, just emailing people and somewhat pestering people.
That's interesting to know. I didn't know that such a...
Your jaw means nothing!
Such a big task.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's something at a point where it's a cheaper ticket and it's sort of an easier thing to love than a pro football team at times. If whatever region you're in, there's always a pretty big selection of college teams to follow and watching these guys who are in their absolute prime. Yeah.
Get up.
But within that as well, I think it's a little easier to get behind and support. Whereas, these multi-million-dollar athletes, multi-millionaire athletes can either be absolutely on the right side of things or on the wrong side of things. Depending on what they say, and it's like, okay, this person's making $50 million and they're saying this on social media. Also, I think it's an interesting time because the NIL and the case went through. So student athletes are going to start seeing compensation for it. They're seeing a bit of money for what they do. So I think people are definitely in a position and they're getting behind that.
So do you think you do some more sports reporting?
Somewhere down the line. This was completely different from 20 plus years of reporting on technology and video games. But, it pushes you out of yourself. Because you're here, you're showing up at a sports game. It could be hockey, it could be basketball, it could be baseball, or what have you. And you have to absolutely get the facts in order. You have to digest what happened. You gotta really get to the meat of things. And one of my problems, my first degree was in English, so it's like, I'm gonna make things flowery and I'm gonna be ultra descriptive about things. And that doesn't always work, With Black and Stone, it's like get to the meat. And my first game recorded, it was just so overwrought, and so overdone, and so flowery and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Yeah, I love it through and through. And I'll see what I can do for digital chunks and writing for Macworld on a weekly basis. But I also want to throw some more stuff out there and be around video games as much as I can.
Alright, what's your most interesting video game? What is your favorite?
I wound up covering several E3 expos. And, flew out to LA and had a really good time with it. There was a time I met Tony Hawk in an elevator when I was with the Washington Post's team. It's like, okay, you're Tony Hawk, that's awesome. don't know, just I like being in a position where it's kind of like, okay, here's a new and interesting thing, or I actually wound up writing about giant battle robots for Playboy.
Wow, what?
There was a company a couple of years back called Megabots, and they were working to create the world's first essentially giant robot fighting league. And they found, for roughly the cost of a Formula One racer, that you could put together a pretty good sort of low-end mech. And they got some good funding on it. They had a test battle back in 2017, and people had a good time with it. Unfortunately, just it didn't take off the way they wanted it to. But you know, if you look for the Megabots fight on YouTube, it's a good battle. They were battling an Asian team from their bot, and they had some really good elements going on. And, I wrote about giant robots from Playboy. They did not invite me to the mansion at all.
Maybe next time, right?
We're like, we never thought the mansion could be made unsexy.
I mean, imagine that, though. Playboy has like the second for robots. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, we like the robot, not you. Yeah. So that was one of my favorite things to cover, and I also kind of bring a hackathon going on a game jam, in which the winning team made this weird giant monster simulator. Some of you guys. I haven't really got time doing that, but honestly, their freelance project kind of fell through, and I hadn't written for them in a while now. So, unfortunately, apparently, their search engine got some breach. So, you go to playboy.com and you search for that and stuff is there. Files as PDFs. And people were telling me, don't mention it, look at Playboy, and some people are like, some people are like, it's sexist, it's porn.
I don't know, the story that you covered though, it's so interesting. Like, I didn't mention it simply because it's like such an unexpected topic for it. Like, I think people would definitely be like, they do that for this? I didn't even, when you said that, I was like, robots? Huh? But, I mean, I still, it's a funny story. It's unfortunate that it didn't pick up. It's still interesting.
It picked up, it got some traffic, but I think this was right for the pandemic, so a lot of the budget just sort of fell apart, unfortunately. And it happens. Like, sometimes you're ready for a place and it's like, everything's fine, everything's great. And you have no idea kind of fire dire financial straits there. And... Whoa. Okay.
I don't know what that means by accident.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, it makes you a better features writer because you know how to slice it. That's something we've always loved. Macworld and I appreciate the work they have to cover utilities for them. And pretty much each and every week I'm testing antivirus stuff and deliberately infecting my MacBook Pro with dozens of chunks of malware and reporting back as to whether or not something works or if it's sheer garbage or
So what do you think your next music?
I don't know. I'm not. That was boring. Sorry about that. I'm not a huge music critic at This is the British Dental Plan. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. So long, dental plan. No, what can I tell you? If someone asked, I would happily, write the heck out of something, or try to. I just want to see what's coming up or what someone might need. And that's kind of all she wrote, I suppose.
Nice.
Well, I'm trying. Very nice.
So, do you have any other classes in mind that you want to take?
Yeah. I'm signed up for 2 this fall. I signed up for another video editing class with Josh. I like him. He's probably sick of me. We just finished the geek culture and crafting documentary, Minecraft.
I think it's me.
You're a fabulous mouse. This is impressive, being fabulous. I'm also on the second on wait list for the interviewing class. So that's stuff that I'm still working on. As far as spring classes are concerned, I'm going to take a PowerShell class or another class. I really don't know. So savvy. You did not mean your spine or your jugular or
my brain.
Or your brain. So, I'm happy to keep taking occasional classes and just do the best I can with it, and just pick stuff up and send resumes out and make sure Starfish works and just see what's out. I'm going on a Burning Man vision quest. I'm sure this will help my career.
I think always having multiple skills in life.
I'm in this.
You probably can, if I'm being honest. No! That would have been a great comeback. Next time.
We are the pride of the button mashers.
You can tell that someone's better at button mashing than others.
I don't know. Just I want this to be a good summer. I want to get a fair amount done. Mostly the marketing stuff for Snarkfish. The awesome Halexys is coming up with me in a couple Sundays. We're heading north with the mighty Stuart Washington and the glorious Loretta Pulver. And we're driving up to New York pretty early in the morning. We're making a day trip. We're shooting all of the Snarkfish t-shirts against a pretty uniform background, and we're going to do the best we can with it. And then we gotta get lunch and point the car right the hell back south. And I feel bad about that because part of me was like, all right, go somewhere fabulous. You're in New York.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm kind of excited to see that.
Oh, they'll give you a free pizza.
So I've heard,
Or you have to fight them for their pizza.
I mean, hey, they got fastest pizza.
Yeah. They work hard.
They do work hard. You know, 401k, retirement plan, bills to pay, like, who's gonna keep me or nothing? The rats, I told you, it's the rats.
Holy cats. I don't know Con at all.
I don't know the guy at all, I just know he keeps driving.
That's what she said.
Ouch.
Eep.
Another cinder block.
Cinder blocking destiny. Oh, Con wins.
I run right into them. Sorry. Nails again, guys.
You're fabulous nails.
I'm getting rid of them this week.
Are they getting a little fuzzy underneath the acrylics?
Oh, no. Usually, I think pros can last for up to 6 weeks. It's just that, you know, like, as you can see from the accidental causes,
Yeah.
With any other tasks as well, like the cards that just open up anything with plastic, and stuff. So I think I got my money's worth.
I'm typing 98,000 words per minute next to the acrylics. They're not logical words.
No, they're not logical words. Especially as honestly been so hard. It's so annoying because it's like I can't even. So many mistakes. I have to keep going back and fixing things and stuff. And sometimes playing games, it just isn't as fun because my nails end up putting in inputs that I don't need, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, let's see. Fabulous trip up to New York. We're going to do everything we can with it. It's going to be interesting. And we're making too many games and Dragon Con and Goofing and some other events over the summer. So, I think that'll be good. I'm never great with large blocks of free time. So I'm just trying to keep myself busy and just kind of get out as much as possible. My husband, Dave, he is mighty and awesome and super, super cool. He used to play high school football. And when he drags you to the gym a couple times a week, he punishes you, but it's entirely worth it.
I think I'm turning to the graphic.
Ooh, nice. So basically the way Dave works is he follows Instagram for these like fitness trends, and he's like, hey, I found a great new way to punish ourselves. So we're kind of doing that.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
It's always good to stay active.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I think I accidentally hit rematch.
Oh. Classy beginnings.
I mean, you really had to piss, I guess.
Yeah. It's like a 70s porn star.
But he's the kind of guy who's like, I really need help people about and so you're
Brought the extra large pepperoni. What about you? I mean, what are your game plans for the summer?
honestly, find a job. That's the main concern right now. But I'm also going to be finding
Oh my god.
I know I hate myself, but I think that it would really help me with my just to have it,
I honor the Oshten.
be able to code things. Because Blueprint is nice in Unreal Engine. I can get pretty far with it, but if there's something like really specific,
You're a brave gal.
You know, I'm hoping that it'll all work out. It'll be as bad as people say it is like a whole new year. So hopefully, if I can sink all my time into it, this is
No, Blueprint you can really fight with it and sort of get the hang of it. C++, granted this is aging hardly, but, you know, when I was an undergrad in the late 90s, you know, like, the idea of doing CS and your engineering is like, okay, you gotta really get familiar and comfortable with C++ or Pascal or you know, machine language or anything else. Not to be like, you whippersnappers, but, you know, these days you've got Java, you've got ChatGPT, you've got a lot of stuff that writes a ton of base code for you. And then you sort of expand on that. Whereas, like, the first, what you see is what you get, HTML editors they were temperamental at best. It's like, just drag and drop and you draw your website. It wasn't a great thing trying to learn to code. It gave you a lot of awesome fundamentals, but, you know, just the halfway to entry was a little bit higher. These days it's like, okay. And from my experience, it was just kind of like, okay, I'm not sure. So really had to dive into it as hard as you could. And if you were a Windows user, you had to really learn how to use config.sys the best you could.
Right. For this one, I don't think I want to use ChatGPT. I think I want to try.
Right.
I did get recommended some O'Reilly books from the great Nathan Stevens we're using that to learn. And then Code Academy was another one that a friend recommended.
Oh, I love Code Academy,
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to, I was doing it at some point, but then I got really busy so that I fell off on the lessons. So I think I'm going to try and restart all the way from the beginning to kind of refresh my memory. But when I was, you know, doing it, I thought it was a lot of fun. It was frustrating at times. I did learn like how particular code from like really early, because you know.
What miracle made this work? And how did I screw it up?
Like I'm thinking that the code is perfect. And I was like, no. You forgot a full stop, or there's a space right here after that point or decimal point. So it's like, oh, okay. So it definitely was, you know, frustrating because it's new to me, but I think I grasped it pretty well. Another thing that I'm thinking of doing this summer with Unreal Engine is trying to create either a fly through kind of animation or a projection.
Okay.
Because of that camera that I told you that I was bringing along for the Upton New York trip to record and whatnot, I realized that I had a lot of attachments for it, so I might as well just get into photography while I can. Put the camera to use, because I've had it for a while, but I haven't been able to, or I haven't really been using it as I should.
Yeah.
And I have so many cool lenses that I can play around with and do stuff with, so I figured why not take pictures of the environment and then try to import it into Unreal Engine and try to make it so that you have like a flower and I completely make the flower and trying to kind of set the art with virtual sequence. That's something that I'm thinking about working on. Definitely gonna be in the studio trying to figure that out, or at home at least trying to code for it. Just Blender wise, I'm not sure if I want to make I'm probably gonna try and learn Blender to make it.
I've been playing with Blender since I was streaming. I picked up a 3D printer and I've been going so bananas with it. And basically, having a 3D printer is like having a small child. It's fussy, it's somewhat expensive, you have to feed it, you have to be careful with the way you feed it. I managed to pretty much shred a nozzle by running the wrong filament type through it.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was intentional. And kudos to it. So, yeah, I'm absolutely having fun with it. And this is more dice units to dice house. It's a combo 3. Person dice roller. For the love of Rimini! Mean.
Kind of give it to the team who thought about these finishers. They were, these fatal blows. They were cooking. Because these are some really creative things.
So fancy. So I want to go done 3D printer. But yeah, basically, the reason I'm having 3D printer having a small child is like when you're taking the head apart and it's like 220 degrees Celsius and you gotta have cool things that you do work on it or it has to be certain. And then you're trying to clear this clog with a picture needle, and you've got the thing like half wire or wire in front of you. It's interesting. Like when they...
I didn't really I'll take
Take the W. Very nice.
Yeah, this is simple kinds of all I need, right? I was trying to do problems.
That was like two preschool kids shoving each other. You took my snack!
Oh, something that people don't seem to remember though is I remember in Mortal Kombat there was being instead of a finisher was like a friendship finisher, and every time I tell somebody that I remember there being those friendship ones where there's like a balloon making thing or they give hugs to each other.
Yeah, babality or animality or...
Yeah, so when I was telling people that, they were like, there's no way, that was definitely a model, you're making it up. And I know I wasn't making it up. I know I wasn't. And it had to be a real thing, so...
No, you're not crazy, you did not make it up, you're fine.
Thank you. You know, that's about that makes me feel about it. Because I'm a little insane. A little less insane now that I know that is actually...
You are entirely awesome. And you're not just dreaming this into existence in Dr. Timothy Leary style. So, like, whenever you clear like a declog in the printer, and it's now like, you know, effectively pooping, or correctly pooping its melted filament, you feel like this parent is like, my child's pooping again. It's healthy. You don't have to call child services. I I'm sure you can read up on it obsessively.
Some of it, but right now, who's the better by now? So what about
I suck at the tutorial. My donut barely was marginally cohesive item. I still have a file on my laptop. It's like, I don't get this. I would make the perfect donut. I was following the tutorial the best I could, but you know, then the sprinkles were so long. The sprinkles are with so many other objects. Screw you, nature.
Earth realm obeys.
So what got you into 3D?
I remember reading about it in magazine back in the 90s. this guy back in his living room the article. And he, as a teenager, he became amazing. And, he was like, oh man, that's the coolest guy ever. I remember, he went to college and started this is something incredible. And the fact that we're basically with a powerful enough computer, we're able to do this thing. And that sort of proved my love of computing at times. Whereas I remember I had this idiot classmate, and just he was writing in whatever student paper which I was editing, and this guy was like, whenever he began to talk with the computer, he'd say, "This is gay."
Nice, that's the best way to describe it.
Yeesh. And I was just thinking, I always wanted to get into this as a guy. You know, I sells insurance these days. You know, like, it sort of proved to me that this hardware could come out and you could do so much with it. And, you know, that's why I really, really, really loved computing. And still do, you know. And it can, back in the 90s, it was insanely expensive, and now things have come down to reasonable price points. You know, they're not giving stuff away for free, but you know, you're not in a position where you have to, you know, get together like $10,000 to really do something special. You're at a point where you can, you know, buy a maybe $600 rig and a tower and just build on it and you know, get better at it. And that to me is really cool. Or, you know, if you a professional Raspberry Pi system for $50, and find another keyboard less than and it's just cheap and cool, and there's so much to do with it. And you know, that's kind of the dream, in that you can put something in someone's hands and it can be seriously useful. And I remember I was on some things just my first computer was a PowerPoint 150, and I made a deal with my parents when I was starting in high school. I was like, I get a laptop. Your speed means something.
Or everything else.
And my deal with my folks was I would get $5 across the computer, and it would be a Christmas gift. So I remember I was doing all these extra chores at Texas. And I was getting $5 credit for extra chores. And so I'd go up to my folks and be like, "Can I clean out the attic? There's like 10 good hours of work up there. Yeah, go ahead. Can I wash your cars? Yeah, sure. Come on. Can I clean the basement? We're not stopping." And, you know, I remember just finally getting it and how cool it was to be able to this year before Wi-Fi and that's it. Barely making a little more. You know, I was just sort of processing it as far as I could.
This is funny, actually. That guy's funny. It's a nice story.
granted, the computer I got was a PowerBook 145B, which had been magnetized. So I'm opening it Christmas Day, like, dear God, yes, I worked so hard, dear God, yes. And it's like, this thing doesn't turn on. Okay, alright. So I got on the phone with Apple Tech Support, and they're like, okay, we're sorry about that. And returned it, and then ordered the PowerBook 150, which was also grayscale. And, just, I was just like, I learned this, and it felt so good to have learned it. Yeah. So we'll probably play another 10 minutes. Just scoot out. Yep.
So you think you get like a new printer? I don't know how the 3D printing works. Is there like an upgraded version that you really want? Is this already the dream?
This is sort of already the dream. Like diehard 3D printer nuts, they're like, oh, you need this, and it paints your house. Over the weekend, when you're not working, it paints your house. I've got a Laundry Lab P1P, and aside from the fact that it is kind of talking about general filaments, the analysis and process of filaments, you can try to turn it on the inside based on what you put through. I think if I start getting like even on the orders for less units, you're talking about 500 or $1,500 for tax. And it's not the most expensive thing in the world, so I sort of see how people start their farms in their basements or in their range.
Stop.
Yeah. No, I want to see what the best address here is. Version 2.0, let's some changes. Granted, some people takes 6 hours to print, but it's kind of, we were just in the thing every single way. It's like, obviously, let's do it. My biggest problem in life is there's no constant marketing. So, like, everyone I imagine was better at marketing. Hey, look at my sex with my cigarettes and my dreams. I don't love you. Okay. I'm sure is handsome. Yes. Who is he really? Just, I want to see what's out there. And, I can move this for Star Wars gaming group, which Halexys and Jared just really don't make them amazing.
Yeah, honestly,
This is how I never win your heart.
Sorry, but this heart is so cold.
I believe you.
You are under arrest.
It's not a fair wrestler. Just they've been amazing. I thought like, oh, I'm bringing these ladies into the dorkiest part of my life, or one of the, and it's like they're gonna run in terror. They're gonna be like, why are we here? These old nerds.
I mean, hey, but we enjoy it. I mean,
and
we were nerds ourselves.
And we love having you. You know? And I mean, obviously, it proves that there's no shade for them or what have you. There's no dedicated type on it. It's very much one of those, oh, there it is sorts of things. And it's outstanding. And especially your character, you combine a really like hardcore goddess with essentially a used car dealer who could talk me out of anything in my possession.
Yeah, that was actually inspired by a very aggressive novel series that I was just like, wow, this would make a perfect game character. What's funny is that in this campaign, like, I'm more good at hardcore than I am at causing people and dealing with aggressive sims. I think that adds a little bit of
Honestly, you did like this whole Law and Order thing a couple sessions ago, and you were amazing during the fourth session. And, we're definitely it's a really good addition to the party. Loretta is playing Maki, and Ewok Princess with a flamethrower. So, I really want to pass him along, in what she can do.
Get over here. You're no
I
threat.
have that day off second, just so I can come in.
Yeah. No, Eugene really plans it well. It's not like, oh, I'm the DM, go for this novel effort, but he really works hard, and he's also a father, he works hard, he takes care of his son, he really puts it and he also really expects you to know your character and role, so it's not like, oh, just coming in, and goofing around and a lot of syntax or context means nothing.
I also like when he tries to control character,
Yeah.
so character as well. I really love how he does that. So you can really start getting into.
Yeah.
And, I love how he adds in little side quests.
Oh, yeah.
For this stuff as well.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like that whole get a whole WWE segment. that was really nice. Against like other pop culture characters.
Yeah. Who did you fight?
I think that was the Baroness from G.I. Joe.
The only unfortunate bit is, have you ever watched G.I. Joe?
Nah, not that.
Oh my god, it is so great and so stupid. Actually, the first however many seasons are free on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, just, if you got some free time, it is so great and so stupid and so amazing and so overboard. And that's what there is to love. It's just, this is the idea of American military good and terrorist evil, and and the toys are the toys are like cranked up to 12, and just there's robots and there's aliens and there's everything on top of everything on top of everything with classic G.I. Joe, and that was definitely appealing.
Stand down.
Like it could be such a monumental thing. This is the fight of good and evil, especially in the 80s, especially. I think it was trying to provide like a lighter version of the Cold War. Yeah.
I mean, I did like the movies. I didn't know anything about the IP, to be honest. But when I watched the 2000 live action, I yeah, almost a perfect, alright?
I will throw you a copy of G.I. Joe movie. It'll make your life better with yours. Oh yeah.
Lionel. Oh god, it was Lionel. But I really remember enjoyed making it on the side. Maybe I should go back to the United.
Just a sprinkle ketamine on your cereal. Every Saturday morning. Come down in your jammies. Jammies ketamine. Your responsibilities mean nothing.
I mean, while I'm still unemployed, might as well, fully go into the role, right? Probably get some sugary cereal, like, crash over, anything.
I'll buy some blueberry.
Press some tricks or something. I think for that, because I think my roommate got
Count Chocula.
Yeah.
There's also blueberry and cranberry.
Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, oh, these are so high sugars. And I looked back at the losses.
There's fear in your heart.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, how is these kids not dying from like overaccelerating? Doesn't dispute the fact that they still taste good.
Once a quarter.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I saw Cheerios had their own different flavors. I remember when Honey Nut Cheerios was the only favorite flavor that Cheerios had.
Yeah.
But I remember going to the food store and just seeing like a long list of flavors that I didn't even know existed. And I was like, there's no way. I was oblivious to this. I really didn't know this. So, yeah, I ended up getting the Fruit Loops equivalent of Cheerios, and then I also got the Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, the Apple Jacks equivalent, I guess. So,
Okay.
yeah, everything.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, they have a lot of flavors, but not. There was like a strawberry chocolate thing for Valentine's Day that they had as well.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of mixed and match stuff, but yeah. Good on you, Cheerios. It's keeping my heart healthy.
Or struggling for existence.
I gotta keep my body on its toes, Am I gonna eat healthy today? Am I gonna eat it all? Or am I just gonna cut my straight sugar? You never know. Let's make sure my body knows that it always has to stay on its toes.
I think Dave Patel said it, the body's a temple, and sometimes I like to rent my temple out to demons.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the perfect description.
No, I'm just watching Tricks trying to build just this neon barrage of colors.
Oh, sure. Oh, you know what? Cornflakes is underrated. I think cornflakes is something that my neighbor goes to like cinnamon, vanilla, sugar, cornflakes. Oh my goodness, that was good. My mom used to make the cushion,
I love my toys.
either Cheerios or the cornflakes and make the equivalent of Rice Krispie treats or those marshmallow squares.
Okay.
With that. I mean, they came out pretty good. Not the square shape that you would expect because cornflakes are shaped the way they're shaped. That was the version I like.
I was in business school. I used to make this ramen. And I used to microwave hot dogs and then hot dogs. And then put those on top of the ramen. And then I sprinkled that Parmesan cheese. And you could hear your heart was struggling for survival.
Hardcore!
Remember
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I used to eat those all the time back when I was a kid. Like, I actually liked it when I was a kid. I have better taste now, thank God. But, oh my goodness, I used to eat that religiously, despite the smell, despite the slimy feeling, despite the not meat taste. I was like, this is my thing. And oh boy.
Loretta actually kind of surprised me. She got these Impossible nuggets at the movies the other day. Let's see Lilo and Stitch, and it was actually pretty good. So I haven't tried any of the Impossible stuff. Who knows on being pescatarian?
I think the only thing I tried that was, impossible line is when Goofing introduced it back in Bahamas for the first time. And my dad was like, let's try it. We tried it. I mean, Burger King to me still tastes terrible. But that burger actually tasted really good. And I was really surprised. The only thing that I'd say I didn't really pick up on was the texture was different.
Yeah.
But other than that, in terms of taste, you really can't tell the difference at all. Like, I was honestly questioning it was, I mean, definitely the Impossible line is something that I tried. I know there was a vegan place that had it. Not too far from here. I think they closed down. It's good enough for like
Okay.
but they had I was really surprised because a lot of times, like, you can't tell the difference. Somebody is
My first job, I got fired for going to college. How dare you alone? I was supposed to write on the colleges, and so I was like, you have no job! What? And then we were like 2 weeks left of summer, and we were retired, and yep. With my broiler steamer skills, to Wendy's. Now, the broiler steamer is a chunk of equipment in the center of the kitchen that heats up all the different bones and buns. So you put it in on the tray, on the barbell grill, and this thing's like 150 degrees. And you remember all the extra in the air conditioning doesn't work, so anything's like it. And it's like,
I'm trying to do it's like, okay.
So, I remember the patties would flop down onto this tray, and you'd be steadily showered with hot grease throughout your shift.
Yikes.
And then you make the patties with the bones, the toasted bones, and then you open up the steam tray and dodge this money shot of steam that's headed towards your face. And I remember just like something to wash dishes or something around the element of the water.
And anything else.
And I remember my manager was this 26-year-old named Tom, and there was this parent ready to how busy it was. It was like this DEFCON warning system, from the 1 to 1 to 6. And I remember everyone screaming for bread as people across the kitchen. And I remember he would always park black kids and tell me really good ones. Selling Disney circulators always. Pokeballs. Which is like every day. I think it all has sugar variation. Try to
Yeah, that's kind of.
Come here, you board. You would marry God.
Will not die.
We're gonna wrap up a bit. Let's see. This again, or oh, yeah. Here's the entire system. As far as the game disc.
Hey, I did it. I don't know how I did it. I did it.
So much styling.
I mean, if you want to.
No, I've got it at home.
You haven't seen crazy.
I remember watching
I've seen you choose one day. I think you'll like it.
I don't know,
The tank, yeah.
the guy who's
The hunter, yeah. Oh yeah. The really nice thing about Valve is Valve has always had a really good policy with the model. So people came out with mutations and job modes and return into zombies going on different objectives. They really add some value to it. Even though they're not like control, they still
You are under arrest, dirtbag.
championship of the button mashes, right?
I agree. So okay with Cascade. And next time there will be on camera, dear Lord.
Don't worry, you know, I won't do this.
That can work.
I mean, that would be the stream. You'll know it's not right?
Grand total of 26 human followers. Not kept up with it.
Damn, it's your back now. Well, hopefully they'll let you
You've got to go home and memorize every line. That's pretty much what we did with your street. Oh, yeah. I got this sort of opportunity for tech moves. I am called dead.
I think that's smart though, because I do have a friend who's like I don't know if if everyone also made sure to put it in frame and like that, and then the pixels and but like that's what we did. I definitely kind of so I think if you want to learn a fighting game, for sure. But yeah,
I don't need my high-load.
yeah, maybe I'll just find it.
Alright. We shall be there when it happens.
Woo!
Alright, Halexys is queen of all button mashers.
That's right. Ooh!
She has bested cisgender Caucasian.
And if there's anyone out there who wants to challenge the button masher for herself,
Let us know.
you know where to find me.
Alright. That's about it for now. Thank you for watching the Mistakes Made Dinocast. I've been Chris Garlic, here with the mighty Halexys Williams.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for streaming. We'll see you next time.